Hello and welcome to Mapping Racism and Resistance in Milwaukee County. This is the first in a short series of training videos and will introduce you to our project, the first effort to comprehensively document all racial covenants in Milwaukee County, as well as uncover the voices, narratives, and actions made by African Americans in Milwaukee in response to them. So in this brief description of our project, you hear the two elements that are in the title, mapping both racism and resistance. I'll touch briefly on some of the research that we're doing regarding resistance to these covenants, but the main purpose of this tutorial is to help you be a part of the effort to comprehensively document all of the racially restrictive covenants in Milwaukee County. Community involvement is crucial in addressing historical inequity, and volunteers play a vital role in identifying racially restrictive covenants. Let's begin first by defining what a racially restrictive covenant is. A covenant is simply a clause that is inserted into a property deed, and racially restrictive covenants are those that prevent non-white people from owning or occupying property. These covenants are often framed as preserving the character of a neighborhood or protecting property values. They provide a tangible way to understand structural racism, and one of our goals is to understand and untangle the legacy they left. There's a long history of challenging these covenants by African American-led organizations like the NAACP. Despite resistance and legal challenges, restrictive covenants were used as a legal mechanism of exclusion until 1948, when the NAACP won the Supreme Court case Shelley v. Kramer. Although this ruling made restrictive covenants unenforceable, it did not remove the language of segregation from existing deeds, nor did it prevent homeowners from continuing to add racially restrictive covenants to deeds. We are a part of a group of scholars, activists, and community groups using new techniques to find, map, and document covenants, but we can't do it without you. Our goal is to thoroughly document and systematically review the covenants in order to discover their extent, how many, how much land, temporality and spatial patterning, and then to create a data set and maps for people to use, such as municipal leaders and activist groups. Our ultimate objective is to create a map that anyone can use that also maps the resistance. Now, how are we doing this? In addition to historical research into Black activism and resistance in Milwaukee that laid the groundwork for the famous fair housing marches, we're working with digitized property records. Using new techniques that our partners at Mapping Prejudice in Minnesota shared with us, we are able to significantly speed up the process of documenting the covenants. This is significant because after a years-long process to gain access to all of the digitized property records in Milwaukee County between 1910 and 1960, we're dealing with 1.7 million images. But this is where you come in. For these potential covenants, we need volunteers to put 5 sets of eyes on every document. This is because computers and AI systems sometimes have trouble contextualizing language. We need volunteers to help us determine if these documents are a covenant. For example, if the computer has flagged a document that says white, we need eyes on that document to tell us if it's for Whitefish Bay or whites only. Humans can do this process more effectively, and 5 sets of eyes on every document will help us verify and know that our data is correct. Even as AI technology advances, volunteers remain the most important part of this project. You see, AI doesn't provide us with the opportunity to learn about our community, reckon with our past, and understand how the racial geography of Milwaukee County came to be. The next video will show you how to create an account and get started transcribing.